What's up, YouTube? We back in another reaction. Airplay Beats, Law and Chi. And today we got Lynyrd Skynyrd, Gimme 3 Steps live. You ready?
Yep.
Here we go.
It's that same concert. Yeah.
All for you. I said, excuse me, man. I won't fight you with the punch. I was scared and fearing for my life.
The first song we watched at the show that we watched, and it looked like I said he had boots on. I was mistaken. He walks around the stage barefoot. He doesn't have any shoes on.
Someone in the comments said that.
But now I can actually see it. I'm looking. He doesn't have any shoes on. But the thing that gets me about this, the sound quality of the music and his vocals. That the engineer was amazing that day.
Yeah, and it sounds like their record. Like
like
they said, that's how they rehearsed it. So it sounds.
Yeah, the sound quality is
they give
incredible.
The people what they hear. They play it on the record.
I'm sure whoever their sound man was, it was a wanted man after because that sounds perfect.
Man, yeah, I like the
vocals are above the music.
His name?
Right, you gotta look that up because he's good. He's like
who did live at
better than most.
Napworth because he was on point.
I'm sure they probably made it travel with their guy. You know what I mean?
You don't think it's just the sound man for this whole concert?
I don't know, but he's good. Whoever he is.
Shaking like a leaf on a tree, 'cause he was mean and mean and big and bad, Lord, pounding that gun at me. Oh, wait a minute, mister, I didn't even kiss. I don't want no trouble with you, and I know you don't owe me, but I wish you would let me ask one a favor from you. Look at him. Say, won't you give me 3 steps, give me 3 steps, mister, give me 3 steps toward the door. Give me 3 steps, mister, you'll never see me no more. Come on, honky!
He's rocking out. That's a great song.
It is. Yeah, when the groove comes in, when that heavy guitar comes in, that it just changes everything about that record.
And I know bands were spooked when they hit the scene.
Man, their band, their instrument, they're so good.
Yeah, but wouldn't you be spooked
Yeah, no,
if this band came out of nowhere
Yeah.
with them 4 guitarists up there?
they had another guitarist behind by the
That's
drummer.
scary.
Yeah, and they sound so crisp.
Yeah.
And another thing I noticed, like we talked about in the last record, it's an art for him to be on stage with that mic on stage with all them boys grooving in the background, and he just doesn't dance, doesn't rock, doesn't move.
He's heard it a million times.
Even still, just it makes you want to bob your head. For me, just listening to it, it makes you want to move and dance, and that's a dance track.
It is.
And he just keeps his composure.
That's what makes
and
it
waits
so
for his
great.
turn.
Yeah. that's the great part about it. You see these brothers, they rocking the hell out, and he's just standing there
Like this is another day in the park. Like
walking through barefoot,
Yeah,
singing his ass off,
not moving or grooving, not shaking his tail feather, nothing.
and singing some real stuff.
As usual. They have so many styles. That's what's great about
That's
them. They had so many different styles of
and
music.
then all 3 of them was soloing at once. I'd have been scared, man.
Yeah.
I would have packed it up.
I seen I was reading some of the comments, and a few people said that this was opening for Rolling Stones, and said they murdered the Stones that day.
I bet. I would have packed it up. I would have packed it up, boy.
Murdered the Stones. I was like, huh?
Well, I want to see if I can pull the Stones footage from that
Yeah,
concert.
we might have to go back and do a battle.
But yeah, make sure y'all like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell, and we up out of here.